You need a house, not just any house. You want a new house. So you pull into this new neighborhood, and as you're rolling down the road, you see a bare lot. It's for sale. There's no groundwork done. There's no foundation. There's no plumbing. There's nothing there. As you go down the road a little bit further, hey, turns out there's a house already built. But now what? Do you buy the empty lot because you want to say, we bought and built this house? Or do you buy an existing house that you can move in literally once closing is done? Which one would you do? Let's just be honest. Of course, you're going to buy the one that's already built. The only reason you buy the bare lot is so you could say, oh, we built a custom home. So many entrepreneurs are out there wanting to start a business so they have the fancy name founder next to their name on LinkedIn. But the truth is, that is the hardest way to go about doing it, is starting a business from scratch. I can't even tell you how many I've started, and let me tell you how many of those have succeeded. This many. But let me tell you about one that is succeeding. It is one that I did not start from scratch. I bought it. Life is a pitch. It's simply that. It is a pitch, and it is fun. Let's make sure that you're being sold what you want and you're selling what you actually want to sell. I really just love selling. It's the easiest thing on the planet if you believe in yourself. Let's buckle up. By the way, my name's JL. This is Sell Anything. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, I don't have millions of dollars to go out and buy a business. How am I going to do that? Hey, neither did I. Because I was just like many of you. I was a sales guy that spent every damn dollar before it even hit my account. When the owner of the company that I built Lock Hop inside of decided to take his company in a different direction, it presented a massive opportunity to me that I am so grateful I was able to see. And that was, why don't I just buy Lock Hop? I didn't have millions of dollars. But what I did have is I had a desire for something better and I had a vision for something better. So I went to the owner and I said, hey, Lock Hop is already producing money. The manufacturer loves us. We do a good job. My team loves us. We take care of them. They can pay for their families. We close this down. We lose that relationship with the manufacturer. We have to lay these people off. I don't want to do that. So why don't you just let me buy it? And he's like, were you going to put your money up? And I was like, yeah, kind of, but what if you sell or finance it for me? That concept is something that I had never ever heard of until I had to become resourceful. Now, we've talked about this before. There are no unresourceful people. There are only unresourceful states. So as I was perplexed of what we were going to do with Lock Hop as he was moving in this direction to shut it down, I started to get very resourceful. I started to learn, study, look, how am I going to figure this out? Seller financing fell in my lap. So I studied up on it, figured it out, presented it to him. He said, dude, let's do it. Buying a business is the way to go. Now, here's the thing. Building is sexy, but it's guessing. Building is, I have an idea. I'm going to execute on that idea. Buying is, I have a proven concept. I'm going to get a paycheck on day one. That's literally what happened when I bought Lock Hop. The day I signed, they handed me a check. And I was like, is this normal? And they're like, yeah, dude, this is what the business collected over this week. It was actually $70,000. Handed me the check. And I was like, dude, I guess we're on business, man. And that was an entity that I had set up that actually worked. It was a proven, already built business. Building a business is nothing but stress, struggle, and frustration. It's not great, dude. I've done both. I've bought one, I've built one, and the only one that is actually still going is the one that I bought. Buying is the way to go. The good news is you already have the skills that are necessary to go in and buy these businesses. What are those skills? Well, it's exactly what I did with Lock Hop. It was my ability to find a solution, selling, present the solution, selling, and then close the solution, selling. You're already doing that. That's why you're here watching this episode. So you find the business that needs to be bought. We've talked about in other episodes. Start looking around. There are people all over the place that are ready to exit their business. Now, I want to share something really cool, and this is going to speak to some of the stuff we've talked on other episodes with the code and integrity and being an honest man. I'm in the game of looking at these businesses. There is a business that has been very established for over 30 years. They got a full cash offer. They looked at it. The seller was interviewing the buyer, which that's who you are right now. You're buying a business, and there's full cash. Funds are already proven. Here you go. Game over. And the seller looked at him and said, nah, man, because I don't think that you're going to represent me the way that I want to be and carry the legacy on. And I'm not saying that that buyer didn't have integrity, but what I'm saying is that something was off. For some reason or another, the seller decided it's just not a good fit. So here's why I bring that up to you. If you're listening to this podcast, we know that you're in tune, you have integrity, and that energy emits from somebody who has the balance in their life. You can feel it when it comes off of somebody who has put themselves in personal power by doing the basics, investing in their family, taking care of their body, being connected to God. And that's who you are. That's why you're listening to this episode, because you're wanting to get better a little bit every single day. And I don't know of a better way to accelerate and get better in your career than to step into business ownership. Everybody is saying that you need to start something. The smart people, they're saying you need to buy something. And because we've already established I'm super smart, I'm telling you the same thing. Go buy a business. We'll dive into more details of what that looks like. Because when I bought Lock Hop, I'm not going to act like it was all sunshine and rainbows. The closing was really good because it was a sell. And I can make a sale really easily, and sales go really good for me. But there were a lot of learning curves about reading P&Ls, balance sheets, all of those things that you're going to need to learn about. You know what I always say? Dude, fix it while it flies. Get this thing in the air, figure it out. Just do it. I'm going to encourage you to make the jump. Start learning what businesses are for sale in your area. Even more than learning what's for sale in your area, what's a natural thing that you would be inclined to wanting to buy? Are you a home services guy? Are you a business to business guy? Get an idea of what your buy box is. What do you want to buy? What do you want to be involved in? What do you like that also makes money? A business that you buy needs to be profitable, because the first business you buy, if you're buying one that is not profitable and you've got to save and fix, that's not great. That's like buying the old Winnebago that has to be completely redone on the inside and it's a bunch of work and you don't even get to enjoy it. Don't do that. Buy one that you can enjoy right out the gates, but know which ones you want to buy and which ones are in your area. Start looking today. We'll see you next episode.